everyone, it's me, Red. I hope you enjoy these stories I'm getting ready to tell you. Being that I've been in a wheelchair since I was 32 years old, I probably will say that a half a dozen times in this video. I'm learning not to take it seriously. I mean, I've got enough wheelchair jokes to last me a while. Being in a wheelchair, I end up typically getting more ammo for it. But I don't take the fact that I'm in this wheelchair seriously. I don't. I don't allow it to stop me. You know, well, for that matter, I don't allow much to stop me. I mean, what's the point in life if you're going to give up every time you turn around? Whether you have a sniffles or whether you're in a wheelchair. What's the point? I'll tell you what the point is. Don't allow a disability to stop you. Don't let that disability define you. You define the disability. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, because it's not, but then again, nothing in life is easy. But if you push yourself forward, no pun intended, if you push yourself forward and you keep going, and you get that mindset that I can do it, I know I can do it, and you don't let any negative thoughts in your head, you will soon find out that, yeah, you could do it. You could do it all alone. So please, from someone that's been in a wheelchair, someone that's, well, I've been disabled my whole life, but I've only been in a wheelchair for a short period of time, 19 years. Don't let it stop you. Enjoy your life. Enjoy what you have. And make the best of it. But I really hope that you enjoy these stories that I'm getting ready to tell you. They're comical to me. I absolutely love them. And quite a few friends I've told absolutely loves them. But I want to let you know, keep trucking on. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let anyone stop you. I mean, that's how we got our name, Kiss My Grass. It's because people told us we couldn't do it. They tried to put that negativity in our brains that we couldn't do it. And we found out we can. So you know what? To those naysayers that said we couldn't do it, to those that said there's no possible way, well, they can kiss my grass. Enjoy the stories, folks. Hey everyone. It took me a little while to figure out how I was going to do this video, but I wanted to let y'all in on some of the stories that I have from being in a wheelchair. Some stories that are rather comical. Well, to me they are, but may not be your forte. I don't know, but I hope that they are. Anyways, the first story I want to tell you about, and by the way, as you can tell, I've entitled "Messed Up," this video, "Messed Up Stories from the Wheelchair," because they are. Anyhow, the first story I wanted to tell you was, God, I was probably about 18 at this time. I was in and out of a wheelchair. I wasn't in it full time. I've only been in a wheelchair full time since I was 32. Anyways, I was, in and out of it, but I knew that I had a long ways to be able to walk to get to class, so I went ahead and just brought my wheelchair. And I met up with another friend of mine who was also in a wheelchair. Well, we decided, not quite smart, but we decided we was going to have a wheelchair race, drag race as we called it, down the hallway to class. I thought it was a good idea. He thought it was a good idea. So we started off. I mean, here we are, we're going down that hallway, and I'm telling you, I am flying. I'm going a good 3 miles per hour, and the wind is blowing in my hair. This other kids standing on either side of the wall, watching us go through, getting out of our way, really, is what they were doing. But we were going through there, and we went to make a curve. And, I mean, I was doing so good, too. Everyone was cheering, everyone was clapping, they was rooting us on. But, like I said, then I went around the corner, and it popped out of nowhere. My arch enemy, my arch nemesis, the wall. I smacked that wall so hard, I'm telling you, I felt the right hand of that thing punch me right in the jaw. I went flying out of my wheelchair, hit that floor with my head. Now, mind you, these floors are like hospital floors. They're hard. I thought my head was harder, but that day it was not. But I hit that floor, and I knocked myself out. Now, mind you, this is about 8 o'clock in the morning, as we were going to class. I didn't wake up till noon, just right in time for lunch, which was my favorite time of that day. So I go into the lunchroom, and I'm sitting there, my head's still pounding. I feel like somebody done took a sledgehammer to it. I'm sitting there eating, and this deaf guy walks up to me, and I swear to God, this story is true. This deaf guy walks up to me, and he says, "I heard you fall." Oh, what? He goes, "I heard you fall." Well, apparently I fell so hard that I guess the vibration is what he felt. So he told me he heard me fall. But nope, it didn't end there. In the same conversation as this deaf man, he goes to tell me that there was a blind man that heard all the commotion, realized what had happened. He dropped everything that was in his hands and went running for help. He was so panicked that he kept screaming, "I can't see anyone." And I kind of understand that, because I'm still 51 years old, and I'm in a wheelchair. I've been in there ever since I was 32. I'm still in a wheelchair, and I will still use the word walk every time. I have to stop, rewind, and correct myself. But, so I understand how he was. But seriously, a blind man ran for help, and a deaf man heard me fall. I cannot make this stuff up. I'm going to tell you another story here in a bit, and I've entitled it, "She Made Me Do It." Alright, as you can see by the title, this is called "She Made Me Do It." This is about a little 2-year-old, a friend of mine's daughter, and it happened probably about 15 years ago. But we had went to a Renaissance fair together, and I had the 2-year-old on my lap. She was enjoying, at the time I had an electric scooter, wheelchair thing. And so she was having a blast. Having a complete blast. And she was watching me, work the controls. Well, I had one button for rabbit, which meant you flew. I had one button for turtle, which meant you get a decent pace. That little bugger decided, when she was on my lap, and when we were in a line of people waiting to get food. Now, mind you, there's like 15, 20 people in line to get food. I barely had my finger on that trigger, and I had it on turtle. she reached over, and I couldn't stop her. She reached over, and she pushed the rabbit button. It was horrible. I was trying to hold on to that little Evel Knievel while I was trying to stir the wheelchair and not run over anyone. But at the same time, I was going at rabbit pace, and people in front of me, because, well, I had to yell, get out of the way. People in front of me were diving for their life. Here is a woman in an electric wheelchair with a 2-year-old little girl who's pushing a rabbit button, giggling like all get out, and we're flying through this crowd. People were screaming. I was embarrassed. I think I probably said I'm sorry 500,000 times that day in probably 5 minutes. Because people were looking at me like I had deliberately done it, and like I had deliberately tried to run them over just to get in line first to get food. It was not the truth. It was the Evel Knievel that was sitting on my lap that pushed that rabbit button. But yet, she was adorable. And who can get mad at a 2-year-old? Especially when they flash those little eyeballs, you know, those little eyes at you. I have to say, she had the prettiest little brown eyes. But after that episode, I decided, and I told her mama, there ain't no way in, forget my language, there ain't no way in hell she was getting back on my lap. Didn't mean to make her cry. I didn't want to run over anyone either. I mean, at that time, it was bad enough I carried the name of Toe Ninja, because I ran people over in my manual wheelchair. So, that's story number 2. And I've entitled, She Made Me Do It. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright, this last story happened probably about 2 years ago. It was during the summer. Travis and I were outside. We were digging around, getting ready to put some flowers in the dirt, and I was trying to, at the time I was wearing a sundress. Now mind you, I had nothing on underneath it, it was just a sundress. I figured I'm sitting down, ain't no one going to see anything. Boy, was I wrong. Matt's laughing at me. Anyhow, I went to roll backwards, and I did not realize that there was a small little ditch behind me. My left wheel hit it, and when it did, it knocked my wheelchair backwards. I literally tipped over backwards, and I was staring at the sky. Travis tried to grab me, plus his heart he did. He tried to grab me, but it was of no use. And my head, well, let's put it this way. I was hearing birds that day, and it wasn't the wilderness. It was the ones in my head. I had just gotten my 9th concussion. And after the last 2 stories, you'll probably understand, but I've had 9 of them. But here I am, I'm laying there, looking up at the sky. Travis runs over, you know, are you okay, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, just give me up, give me up. So he tries to pull me up, but he can't. I'm laying there in my wheelchair, feet pointing at the sky. My head's on the ground. My dress is down by my nether region. And so he has to run in, grab the phone, and holler for the next door neighbor. She comes up, flying up that road. She walks over to me, there she is, she's staring down at me. She's so close I could probably see her nose hairs. I look up at her. She goes, are you okay? And I went, yep. But you know, I often wondered what the sky looked like laying on my back. I just never figured it was going to happen this way. She looked at me, she goes, red? Right now is not a time for a joke. Yes, it is. It took the two of them to get me up. Oh, that was horrible. Even thinking about it, my head hurts. And now that's why I have migraines. It's because of my ninth concussion. But that's my last story, and I hope you enjoyed the other two in front of this. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and push that notification bell beside it. Until then, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye for now.